And the global library at JGU is something that all of us can legitimately be very proud of. It's one of those, I would say, resource hub, both physical and electronic, that is definitely world standard, and used right, it can be of immense help to our research agenda for everyone. What the library also, library staff and the team has also worked on very well over the past several months is not just the collection of books, but as an interactive resource center for research use, for reaching out to them for almost virtually any of our research needs. So we have been very lucky to have an extremely responsive and supportive library facilities here, and I'm most delighted and grateful that Mr. Chauhan has taken the time out of his busy schedule to fit this session. And I think without any further ado, I will invite Mr. Chauhan to start.
Thank you, and I'm really grateful for this opportunity. Actually, I treat this as an opportunity to talk about the library services and things that we do beyond library. Okay, so the agenda for today's meeting, today's presentation is this. I will talk briefly about the library resources that we have, print as well as electronic. Then we'll talk at great length about research support that we provide from the library or the library department. That will include a new initiative that we would like to have is research management system in the university. Okay, and JGU's digital archives, where we archive all your publications, including students' publications, and we encourage you to archive thesis and dissertations as well there, and research tools that the library administers. Then I will talk about the e-learning initiative. This is another new that we would like to start from this semester, and a pilot project on Moodle integrated e-learning material courseware. And then finally, briefly talk about the anti-plagiarism system, our limitations, and the new avenues that we would like to explore on this front. I will have questions, at the end of each part sections, so just throw your questions whenever you feel like. Let's briefly talk about the library sources. We have about 50,000 print volumes in the library, and these are all available, can be searched through this link. This is a catalog link, cohort.jgu.edu.in. This link also searches large amount of e-books as well. So even the e-books can be accessed through this link. Backgrounds of print journals that you will find in our central block, those who already visit the library. Videos, course material, print course material as well as the electronic course material. Textbook policy, we will have to talk about. Those who are not familiar with the textbook policy, there is a written down or documented textbook policy or acquisition policy rather. With regard to the textbooks, normally we encourage or we recommend that you should prescribe a textbook which can be afforded by the students, generally below 1,000 rupees MRP. Okay. As a matter of policy, we don't stock textbooks for each student in the library. We keep only the limited number of textbooks. So while you prescribe a textbook in your course manual syllabus, please do keep that in mind, that from the JGU's point of view, we would like each and every student to buy his or her own textbook. Okay. Similarly, there is other things also. And what is the turnaround time if you prescribe or you recommend a title for the library, how much time it will take, and all these things are there. Normally, we accept 99% of the recommendation made by you. Okay. There may be some cases where the title is very expensive. We refer it normally to the dean concerned. Okay. And if he says okay, we do procure that also. So normally if something is $100 and above MRP, okay, we will examine it carefully. The rest of the material we don't even think about it, just there shouldn't be any duplicate in the library already. We try to procure if it is something is not available in the market to provide an alternative, either through interlibrary loan or buying online or exploring the market wherever it is available. So in short, but there is a detailed policy available. If you want to see, it will be available on our website. Okay, let's talk about the e-resources. The e-resources constitutes almost 4 times the print library that we have. And it's very widely used, very extensively used by the teachers as well as the students of this university. So it includes all kind of material, e-journals, e-books, business cases, court judgments, courseware, data and statistics, news, multimedia. And you can have a look at this, the complete listing over here at this page. Want to see it? Okay, so this is the e-resource page of the library, and it lists all the resources. It's taking a little time. Okay, so either you can go to particular resource, browse through, and click on that and start searching on that. There is another way to search the e-resources page or the e-resources. Okay, so these are all listed alphabetically. Okay, that's all we subscribe. Yes. Yes.
For example, you have business source premier listed on our site.
Yes.
And we use a sister database called business source company.
Yes.
At our institute. What usually happens was if I made a search using a keyword, I could import the search results
Yes.
by registering my email, and they would send in the link, and I could get the search results in a set format.
Yes.
I tried to do that yesterday, but I couldn't get that result.
That functionality is available in both the versions, by the way. So the alert services, if you want to get the new updates on your topic, you can do in most of the resources. So this is the standard feature which is available normally in all the resources. In any database, you can do that. Okay, so anything comes up new journal has, a new article has been published, you will be notified. So you can set up the alerts within the database itself. Okay, so it is available in both the versions, as far as I know. Okay, but if you have any problem, okay, the difference between the complete and the premier is that the number of journals it covers, and maybe some other material. Okay, if you come across anything which is not available to us within these subscriptions, just email to us your requirement. We will get it from other sources.
See, my query was not regarding the notification regarding
Yes.
publication. My query was that, say, if I make a search, say using the word innovation, and say I get 125 articles.
Yes.
So the standard format for business source complete is that you have a drop down at the bottom which says share. That is also there for business source premier. So there I have the option that I could import, say, the entire details of all the articles that are there for that search. By then the name of the article, the journal in which it was published, the author, and the abstract of that particular article. And after going through that entire list,
Yes.
I would download the papers which make meaning to me.
So link will be there.
So that link somehow I couldn't access.
Okay.
So is it there? Because I tried your desk.
Well, logically speaking, it should be there. Okay, if there is any problem, it could be either your local system, sometimes happens. Okay, or sometimes you cannot view also on some of the systems. Sometimes you send the link is not visible in many cases. So maybe you try to set up, change your settings of your laptop. Okay, it could work. If you still have a problem, okay, let us know. I think we'll sort it out. Okay, so there is a technical problem, we can sort it out. Okay, but it does not depend on the version that we have. Okay.
So can you access this at safer tool?
Yes. So this is the list, just quickly, and you can also search across all the databases, the journal articles. So if you don't know which database to search, okay, so we have a new tool called JGBS. Some of you might be familiar with this. Okay, so if you this is the common search window for all the journals. Okay, check it. Right now it is available on the home page, but we will make it available in all the pages. So wherever page you are visiting, you can use this window. Okay, so instead of clicking on a particular resource, you can search across. Okay, also it also searches open source journals also beyond what we subscribe. Okay, and it will also search many proprietary databases that we don't subscribe, but you will get only the abstract level. So you can use this tool as a research tool also, making your bibliography or anything. Okay, large number of them will be available in full text, but if you don't have a full text, just send an email to us. We will get the full text of that as well. Okay. So we have talked about these things. We have talked about research discovery tool that JGBS is, and the access policy. I think there was a question that whether you can access from the tool. Yes, you can access most of these resources from outside the campus also. Okay, so there are two ways to do that. One is something called EG proxy. Okay, if you go to the resource page, there is a link of campus access. I will know. Okay, so you have to click on another link, another website which is outside the campus, and so through that you can access all this from outside, from anywhere in the world, in fact. Okay, another one is you have to use your user ID as your first part of your email. Okay, not the full @JGU. Remove the @JGU. Just first use your first part and the same password that you use to log into your JGU network. Which is AG. You don't have to set up anything extra for that. For EG proxy, there is another way called VPN. Okay, there is a VPN server residing in the campus. You just log into VPN server. There also you have to use the same email ID, no full email ID as your user ID, and the same password that you use for login to log in your network.
So the same goes for downloading ebooks as well, I guess. Because
Everything,
I'm using my full
everything.
email ID.
Actually, these things bring you virtually to the campus, and you can use any resources which are available. There are some exceptions like Manupatra, a legal database is not available. They don't provide us access from outside the campus. So we have limitation about the licensing in some cases, but in most cases, you can access the resources from outside the campus. Okay, let's talk about the services. If you look at our website, you will find all the list of services that we provide. Most of the things we do are automated. You can check out your own books, written yourself. But if you need assistance, okay, it's there available. Staff is there at the help desk. We are very flexible about our loan policy. If you need more books for a longer period, just talk about it with the help desk person. He or she will allow you to do that. Okay. Normally, the books to the faculty are issued for 2 months. Okay, but there is no fine if you return them late. But we expect that at least by the end of the semester, you should return all your books. Okay. As a matter of practice and policy, if you don't return books for 6 months, they are overdue for 6 months, there will be reminders and notices, everything from the system as well as manual also from our side through email. But after that, the cost recovery note will be sent to the finance from your salary if you keep books beyond 6 months. Okay, so this is just the matter of information that I'm telling you. Okay, whatever information you want, if you can't get yourself, okay, you can email us or talk to us. The help desk is available. There is also a virtual reference library link on our website. You can also click on that and enter into chat mode with the librarians there. Okay, so during library hours, the reference library will be available to help you, to guide you through discovering the tools and the resources that we have. Okay. Beyond that, we will take the query, and if you leave your email, we'll get back to you.
So also I have one question.
Yes.
Suppose you send it to the finance and they deduct the money. So once they've written the book, that money is returned or not?
Yes. If you return the books in reasonable time, okay, after the, but this is,
Send it to finance and
but this is not written. This is not a written policy. This is only something that we try to help people. Okay, but we would like you to return books in time. Okay, and refunding the money should be treated only as an exception rather than a rule. I hope you understand my point. We do refund amount, okay, if the books are returned even after the deduction of the book. Okay. Right. The idea is that the books whatever we have should be available to others as well. Okay, if somebody just keeps those books without doing anything, without reading or without using them, okay, if somebody is using them, fine, we can get another copy. Okay, but somebody is keeping 50 books, so I don't expect that person or that staff to read 50 books at the same day. Okay, maybe one by one can read and let others also use those benefit of those books. So I think that is the idea behind all these things. And we don't make any exceptions for this rule, including vice chancellor. Okay, so there are no favorites or something. Okay, so everybody is treated in the same manner. Any questions about the library services? Okay, so this is a little important about what kind of support we provide for your research activities. First part we'll talk about the publications. So I would like to provide you some snapshot of the JGBS faculty publications and the profile at present. So this is the a kind of comparative summary of the JGB publications, and the JGBS highlighted here over the years, the total number of publications and the percentage in the university. Okay. Next slide is the how many of these are covered in Scopus, which is very important criteria. So before we, make any statement or prepare for future, we should assess the present situation where we are. Okay. Any reaction to this? Okay, so this is only JGBS. And this is just for information. This is not only JGU, this is the career details about the publication of different faculty. Okay, we have not included all of these, at least there should be a number of, at least one paper, okay, or at least one H index.
Earlier slide you have registered only Scopus, right?
Yes.
Only Scopus index or SCA?
No, this is only a Scopus index here. Huh?
SCA?
No, only Scopus. Okay. Because this data has been taken from Google Scholar. Okay. Now this we do, or we are supposed to do. This we started this year only. So maybe over the years, you will get this kind of data, up-to-date data more often. Okay. So this work was entrusted to us only in 2017. So first first target was that we should compile information about all the publications. Okay, so we have started a university digital archives where all the publications are archived. Okay, and you must upload that, even for claiming your publication reward. Okay, you must upload your publications onto our archives. Okay. So some tips, so we need to increase the number of publications, okay, and we need to increase the number of good publications, which means that the publications that will have potential for being cited and have a great impact factor. Okay, so some obvious tips that you should try to publish in the Scopus covered journals which have a high impact factor. It's not only sufficient that you publish in Scopus covered. Okay, in Scopus also there are low impact factor or zero impact factor journals, and there are very high impact factor journals. Try to publish in high impact factor, because then you get possibility of being cited more often. Okay. Make your research visible. Okay, for being cited also, try to make it available, at least access through open sources or open access platforms. Okay, our DSpace archive is also one of such platform. The data that you upload on a DSpace site is harvested by all the open access repositories, ResearchGate or SSRN, all kind of things. They are harvested by them. Google Scholar, okay, and they are automatically harvested. And if people search those repositories, at least they will come to know about your papers. Okay. In fact, the beautiful thing about Google Scholar is that it does archive even the not formally published papers. Okay, and sometime even the not formally published things are also cited by people. So we should not brush aside those work that you have done and not formally published. Okay, and try to even archive them on our repository. It could include any PowerPoint presentation about research, something, anything. It could be anything. So whatever you think is citable, you must archive that. Okay. Now some of you may feel that why why should we make our full text available? This may be violation of copyright and all these things. It's not so. By default, your full text is not available to the outside world. Okay, only the things that you have published in open access or in open access journals, okay, is available in full text. Okay, otherwise it is not available. Only the metadata is available to them. Okay, we also expect that you should submit yourself to the repository rather than sending it to the library. The reason is that your publications better than us. So you can create better metadata, better keywords. And also, if you are a submitter, the author himself is a submitter, then whatever queries are generated from the system by anybody outside users, they will come to you. Okay, because your email is there as a submitter. Otherwise, they will come to the library staff first, those who have submitted. Okay, so there is a benefit of direct submission of your research papers also on the DSpace. Any questions about this thing? Or any other opinion, views on how do you improve our citation? Okay.
What about register, putting up working papers?
You can do that also, working papers also. That's why I said, if you have not published your working paper formally, okay, there may be chances that it may be cited. Okay. Anything, project report, anything can be archived there. So all kind of documents, there is this drop-down menu. All these things you can archive. And we should also encourage students to write research papers, because that also impacts the overall JGU's research productivity. So even if somebody has given an assignment and you think something can be published out of it, maybe 3 best assignments or something, okay, that can be archived even if they are not published. Okay, and if they are published by after some editing or something, please do that. Okay, some of our law faculty does that, do that. The students' research assignments, they get published through co-authoring with the faculty. It's a very good idea to increase the number of publications and good publications. Okay, so I think we have talked about all these things. It's a good idea to create your ORCID ID, because in any case now you must have an ORCID ID for publishing your papers. Okay, try to register in Scopus, okay, which is a free window for you. Okay. You can use other things like Mendeley also. For example, it's an open source referencing tool, which also enables you to, have networking, get your citations or references, automatically. So there are a lot of features in Mendeley also, and it's free. And create a Google Scholar profile, check your publications, okay, and whatever is not visible, upload them manually. Open access publishing, that is my recommendation. Okay, now the open access is not a bad word, by the way. Those who think that if you publish open access, this will inferior quality. It's not so. Large number of journals which are peer reviewed are published in open access. Even the proprietary journals published by major publishers, they also publish within the closed access journals. You can also publish open access articles by paying some fee. Okay, the idea is that if it is open access, more and more people will have free access to the journal, to the article, and your chances of being cited goes up. We have talked about institutional repository, share your research data. Okay, maybe you can talk about research publications through your social networking also. Provide a link yourself. So these are some of the ideas that you can improve your research impact publications. We talked about this, about the student, encouraging student research papers, publications, and very importantly, archiving your thesis in digitations. We have already circulated the SOPs about this thing, and this is a now mandatory requirement in fact. So if you want, you can, whatever your dissertations being, written by your students, you can actually archive them on a disk space. There is a special collections available for this purpose. Okay, we have also following up with the examination department that now we will not accept print copy in the library. We will accept only the e-copy of this. Right.
So for that, is alternative report required?
Yes. Otherwise, also, you must, run through Eternity, whether it is a print or e. Okay, it has nothing to do with the archiving. Okay, at least the dissertation and thesis must be checked for anti-plagiarism. Original check. This is what we can help you with, about the research. We can provide you, research with the searches and databases. We have some plans actually to organize training on publishing. Okay, I think in August we are going to have one very recently. So just look for the announcement. Okay. We can help you with the selection of journals, their impact factor, etc. If you have any, requirement about that, where to publish. We can also help with the analyzing the research data, okay, or the impact of your, articles or those kind of things. Plagiarism check, of course. We're also proposing now a kind of service where we can manage your research data. Now it is publishing a separate thing, but whatever data is generated during the research, that itself can be made available, either for future research or for publishing or whatever kind of things, whatever. You may have a lot of empirical data available while doing the research. Okay, you may have used it for your finding other things, but the raw data itself may be useful for future research or historical purposes. Okay. We can also help you if you have a problem with the creating your Google Scholar profile or ORCID profile and all these things. Okay, we can help you personally in that. Okay, of course we handle digital, JGU Digital Archives, where we bring out quarterly bulletin of your research publications. If you don't find your publication listed over there, okay. Right now, most of it being actually, we take the data from secondary sources, something you submit to the media department or somewhere, okay, but we expect you to submit yourself directly on DSpace. Okay, and this kind of analysis, department-wise or school-wise department, that will bring out from time to time, and of course we will present to the academic council as well every 6 months. Okay, somebody, if they want to convert their dissertation or thesis into a book or publications, we can also help in that.
Do you have an editing tool?
Yes.
Editing tool?
If you are talking about the referencing tool, no, editing tool. We don't have, but if you have that kind of requirement, actually, we can talk about it. We can discuss about these things, and we certainly will get it. Okay. Okay. We have, for example, Adobe Acrobat Professional that want to convert their or vice versa. Okay. We have that. So you can convert large data also in that. So these are some of the tools that we manage for the entire university. Quantitative and qualitative analysis, SPSS 19, 30 user license, and which includes SAMOS 10 user license as well. Stata 12, 30 users, and Stata 14, 20 users. And Vivo. What is the status, Jairam, about N Vivo? Jairam? Yeah, what is the status? Yeah, it's on trial right now, so we have not purchased it yet, okay, but we should, get it. We also, I think, used to subscribe, TI Atlas a few years back, okay, but we have discontinued because it was not being used, but we can consider that again. In simulation tool, IAC Stella, then these are the referencing tools. Zotero and Mendeley are the open source, open access, so you can always use, anybody can use them. But we can help you with the workshops or training or something if you need on these things. We do have EndNote license from Thomson Reuters. Okay, right now we have just one license, but I think we are going to increase it for 5 user license. It is available only in the library right now. All other are available in the computer lab. So if you want to take your class, okay, you have to take it to the computer lab. Okay, you can also get these installed on your laptop if you need. So these are a floating license actually. Okay, so the first 20 users will get the access and others will not, like this. Concurrent users, yeah. This is something new that we would like to start, a research management system. Okay, it helps you to, coordinate all your research activities. Okay, and link, like somebody is working on a research project. Okay, so it may be reflected in your school also, in your research center also. Okay, individual profile also, like that. Okay, so this is the tool that we are, okay, and it also provides you links for collaboration, finding, and publications. Okay, now if we populate this with all these things, whatever we are doing with DSpace actually can be replicated here as well, and vice versa. Okay, but this is much more than DSpace archive. You can actually manage all your research work here. Okay, and your personal research profiles will also reflect automatically with the ORCID and Scopus, everything. So this is all seamless linking. Okay, so I would just like to show you how it looks. We already configured it. The address here is we will change it after some time. Okay, once we get the domain name registered for this. Okay, right now you will see the numbers only, the IP address only. But this is our server, on server here. क्या है इसका? User ID access है? Vivo का?
Sir, you mentioned about impact factor sometime back. Do we also subscribe to Clarivate's the journal citation reports? IIMs don't. So
we don't subscribe to any citation reports, by the way. Okay. So whatever for limited purpose we need the citation, etc., we go to some other library where it is subscribed like Scopus, etc., and get the reports.
So we will have access to that data?
Yes, we have access. Since we don't require access throughout the year or all the time. Okay, it's very expensive, I mean, I don't think we should spend 18-20 lakh rupees just for taking out the reports. Okay. It's not working. आपका खुल रहा है? Vivo. Yeah.
Mr. Chauhan, I have one more question. So I was trying to access this Scopus database sometime long back when I was still in my PhD work. I wasn't, even though I did a registration on the LCB website, Scopus website, but I did not get access to their database. So which journals, or especially I wanted to see which conferences are publications are Scopus indexed. So is that again a subscribed database?
Yes. I mean, primarily Scopus is a bibliographic database. It's not full text database. It's very vast database. Okay. The citation and all these things is only secondary part of it, which has become more popular very recently. Okay. So there's.
That's also subscribed. That's not free like
Yeah, that's why I said that part is very expensive. Okay. And whatever free window, I mean, is available, at least the personal data you can get.
Right, only,
yes.
only
Individual data can be, okay? Including impact factor, H index or I-10 index is available only to individuals. Okay, even if we want to access the data at institutional level, we have to subscribe it to it.
No, even individual was trying to get it.
No, for individuals, you don't have to subscribe. There is a free window for Scopus that you can get all your publications listed over there and whatever. You can do that. And if something is not, if you want, for example, you can also request Scopus. If something is not covered by Scopus, for example, where you are published, you can at least place a request. And if your publications are scattered under different author IDs, you can also request them to club them together. Okay, so that all possible through free window.
I was trying to get a list of all publications in marketing area, for example.
Yeah.
I was trying to get a list of all marketing publications which are listed in Scopus, but I was not able to get access to something like that. So I was told that it has to be paid for.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, that part you will have to subscribe for this.
Our name here is Scopus, so we will see.
हो गया? Okay. Okay, I think there is some problem with the access to this site. Okay, access अभी नहीं है. इस पे आपके चल रहा है? अच्छा.
Yes. Browser में कोई block है तो check करो.
Okay. Anyway, let me continue with the things. Okay. कहाँ गया? हाँ. नहीं कोई बात. We'll show it afterwards. Okay. So have a look at this. If you want to register for this, this link, you can do that. Okay. Okay. Finally, about e-learning, I think the project of some important, for you also, and let's do something new, and it may excite you, some of you. This is the pilot project that we are doing, at JGBS for 2 courses this year. So what the basic objectives are to introduce e-learning and promote flexible and self-learning in regular courses in JGU. Okay, we believe that by introducing e-learning, okay, you will get a classroom time for doing many other things. You can have more time for introduction amongst or discussion or making presentation by the students. And a lot of things that you do in classroom can be shifted toward the self-learning mode by introducing interactive e-learning material. and the learning management system. Okay, and secondly, to assess potential for introducing 100% e-learning programs for distance learners. Okay, if there is a chance, since we are getting an independent status, we may start, distance learning programs also, and this is very useful in that mode. Okay, so this semester, in consultation with the dean, JGBS, we have decided that these 2 courses will run in a learning mode. Okay, marketing management and consumer behavior. So this is the link. So we are going to do it. It's not clicking. So this is the Moodle platform, learning management system, which is again open source. Okay, and we have configured it. Okay. All the blocked.
प्रॉक्सी लगा रखा हूँ।
Anyway, let me talk about trends or docs. So for this pilot project, what we are doing is we have invited 3 major publishers who publish e-learning material: Pearson, Cengage, and McGraw-Hill. Okay, to offer their courseware, and the teachers concerned will select which one is the best for them. Okay, the McGraw-Hill courses and the Cengage courses are Moodle compatible. Okay, and they have their own platform also, e-learning platform. So their e-learning platform will be integrated with the Moodle. So it will work like a single system. Okay, if you choose Pearson material, then they have to use their proprietary platform only, not Moodle. Okay, so after this session, after the tea, they will make the representation about their platform as well as the contents. Okay, so apart from these 2 pilot projects for which the library will be funding the courseware, students don't have to pay for anything, their textbook. Okay, they don't have to buy textbook in these 2 courses. We will get the license, and for this pilot project, the library will fund that cost of that. Okay, and we will run another 2 courses next semester, and after that we will evaluate the success of the pilot, and if the school decides to implement it throughout the school, okay, then we will work out the funding mechanism. We will foot the bill for this. The cost is almost the same as the print textbook, so it's not very expensive, but you get the interactive course material online available, and there's a lot of possibilities. Okay, for example, you can administer the examinations of, wherever, you don't have to bring them into the examination hall. People can take examinations, sitting in their rooms also. Okay, like that. There is a large amount of questions bank that can be used. You can also customize the examinations from batch to batch. It is also possible for some of the students to pass that course much before the others. Okay, for example, if you have a 3 months course, okay, some of them may finish in 1.5 months, and you can actually set an examination for them and allow them to pass out. So instead of, so there's a lot of flexibility available. So some of the students, can just do 5 courses, and others can do 7 courses in the same amount of time. And the remaining free time can be used for some other purposes. Like this, so there's a lot of possibility that you can, bring into your course curriculum and all these things. Okay. I think there is some problem with this system. They have blocked a lot of sites. बंद कर दिया. Okay. Any questions about this?
Sir,
Yes.
I happen to have CV, but I was asked about my courses. I did not know about this decision. So how will it be distributed to the students, and how will we also take this forward and to know some more about this? So who's the person to talk to about this in the library?
We have some, firstly, one system is the Moodle system. Okay, that is managed by us. Okay, so it provides for creating a class on Moodle. Okay, and the faculty will be registered, and the faculty can manage the entire class work, class functionality, all workflow. They can also enroll students over there. Okay, so there is a possibility that students can opt, for example, if somebody is opting for the electives, they can opt online, and you can approve. Okay, so this online registration of the courses, and then online assignments submission integrated with the plagiarism also. Okay, so seamlessly it can be checked also with the anti-plagiarism tools. So Turnitin allows that also. We are also exploring other one. Okay, UniCheck that can also be integrated directly with this thing. So you don't have to do it separately. Okay, and question banks will be there, so you can select. I mean, you can, frame your question papers along that, or you can also customize it. Okay, there will be a lot of interactivity. You can include outside material. You can include third-party material. You can also include your own material. Okay, for learning purpose. There's a possibility also that there's a peer material can also be included. For example, the students can find some something useful. They can share it with the fellow students. Okay, right. And of course, outside the class, okay, the instructor can be available for online consultation, for doubt removals or something. Maybe you can provide a window, let's say 1 hour every day. If you have any queries, students can, put up online and you can answer them online. There may be FAQs also. Okay, on the basis of your already answered, questions that can also be used by the students. So whatever those are the features that can be made available or on this platform. So this is one part this Moodle does. Okay, as I said before, also examination can also be done in the same manner. Okay, and all your material which is it will be available for future use also. Right? Okay. Acha. Then beyond that, if you are using a proprietary platform of the publishers, and all the functionality and the contents of that publisher, including videos, etc., will also be available here. Some of the contents may also include business cases, for example. There may be links to the other websites. Okay, so all this will be available here. Okay, so right now that is the reason that we are experimenting with the 2 courses, and on the basis of the experience that you have for 2 + 2, 4 courses this year, and what students feel about it. Okay, we will take decision for the next year or for that.
So this Moodle is separate from the course where the students have access to.
Yes, I mean you can use Moodle without the proprietary courseware also. For example, if you develop your own courseware, you can use that also. Okay, since their courseware runs on better than on platform. So what they have done, they have integrated with the Moodle. So Moodle will run in the front and the background their own courseware. So there will be some kind of typical things about a particular publisher. Okay, but we are not going just for one publishers. In future, if we decide to implement it, all the publishers' courseware will be available to you. So you can select which one you like best. Okay, somebody is very particular about teaching with Kotler only. You have to go to Pearson only. Okay, so that is the idea. But somebody can do with some other publishers and likes the platform better. One can choose some other text also. So we have some some write-up about Moodle, what can you do. And those who want to use Moodle, even if they are not part of these 2 courses, they can still use it. Okay, even with the print material, offline material, you can still use the Moodle. Okay, so those who want to use it, send me an email. We will create a class for you as well. You can put up your course manual, everything you can be there. Assignments can be submitted online there also. Okay, you can conduct examination online, at least, right now maybe you may not be allowed to conduct, term and examination, but at least the midterm examination you conduct, quizzes you can administer. Now also very importantly, students can also do the self-assessment. Once they have gone through a chapter or something, the proprietary contents may provide for the self-assessment test. Okay. So these are the features that will be available here. Any other questions on this? Okay, this is what we will do from the library side. We are basically will administer the Moodle platform for you, create the classes for you. We will negotiate the license terms for e-courseware that you select. We will organize training for instructors and as well as the students. Okay, and work with the instructors, throughout the course, kind of as a hand-holding, exercise, wherever you have problems. So we'll be working together at least for the pilot phase. If there is any problem with the courseware integration, like Pearson says, they can't integrate their course with the Moodle. So we'll be working with them, what it takes to integrate them. Okay, so maybe by next semester they may come up, okay, say they can integrate now. So we'll be working with the publishers also. And of course, evaluation with the faculty and the students at the final page. Also, I think this is the idea that was given by the Dean JGBS to us, that we should also identify a platform and a template where we can develop our own courseware. Okay, a customized courseware. So we will be working on that. Right now, we can help you with the MOOCs. If you want to use any MOOCs for your e-learning projects, we can identify for you. Okay. Finally, anti-plagiarism. We use Turnitin, which is a proprietary software system. We have unlimited instructor's license. So we don't have to pay for the instructor's account, but we pay for each student's account. Okay, and it's very expensive. Okay, so we have just 600 floating licenses at the moment for the students. So only the first 600 students can join a class.
So isn't Turnitin exclusively for faculty members? Students using Turnitin?
Yes, students can also use directly. They can submit the assignments directly. So what we recommend is that for the large classes, a class which is having, let's say, 120 or students, they can allow students to submit online. For the small classes, 30 something, they invite the assignments, through email and check themselves. Okay, they don't have to use the students' licenses. If the students submit online, then that license is used. And at any given point of time, not more than 600 students can submit, assignments. Okay, so they are very good. I think some very useful data has come out of our past usage of the Turnitin. Okay, in our university, most plagiarism, 95% plagiarism takes place from the open sources only, from the free internet resources. Only the 5% plagiarized material is used from the proprietary resources like Talent Francis Journals or Oxford University Press or something like that, or EBSCO. Okay, so 95% plagiarized material is taken from the freely available sources. Okay, now the USP of Turnitin is that it has very comprehensive repository. Okay, and also access to a large amount of proprietary resources. That is the advantage, but it is very expensive. Okay, for 600 license, we pay something 88 rupees per year. This is another input that on an average, one student only submits one assignment in a year. So overall, say if you look at 3,000 odd students, the total number of assignments that are checked in a year by students is just about 2,000. So in fact, less than one pro rata basis. Okay, so the usage is very low for that price. Okay. So what we are doing, we are exploring alternatives. Okay. The systems that only have access to the open sources. Okay. For the purpose of student assignments, if you can do with just 95% access, will that be okay? Maybe for a research paper or something, you would like to have 100% access and where you can use Turnitin. But for the undergraduate student assignment and essay, where the 95% access is fine. But then you have to, it's very inexpensive, you know. Instead of 8 lakh rupees, you just pay just 60,000, 70,000 rupees per annum. Okay. So I need your support in that actually, in trying out these alternatives for plagiarism check. Okay. Any questions on this? Any other questions on anything about the library or research publications or anything?
Grammarly is available for everybody.
Yes?
Paid Grammarly is available.
Paid what?
Grammarly.
So
As
there
well
is
as
a website for checking grammar as I'm writing online.
As well as
Yeah. See the
Probably we'll have to put a link.
yeah. We don't have anything like that at this moment.
no, I'm talking about students. I mean, individually it's not paid.
Some of the like
Software is free. So I don't think that we need to register for a paid one.
yeah, see anything which is available in open access or open source, one can use it directly.
Use the beta version, I think for them it's free. For example, I've been using it since
Microsoft Access is not available.
Okay. Any other questions? I think
So
All the time.
Microsoft extension is not available now, but for a beta user it's been available.
Paid version is there.
We have stayed up,
Now they have
but the version is only 14.
yes.
The new version is now from last 4-5 years.
Data we updated only last year. I think 14 was last year. Sir.
But new version is 15.
Well, if you have a specific requirement 15, you can consider that.
It is 19, but we are new.
SPC is the latest. Okay, that will go. Upgraded designs.
25.
25 only, yes. Oh, no. There might be a mistake. This is 25. 25, sir. Yeah. SPSs and MOs are our latest versions.
So they can be installed in our laptops.
Yes, this is a limited users we have. But first, if people have logged in, then probably you want to be able to use it. So this is the kind of. Thank you so much. I think we'll have a brief break and then yes, please.
Would like to answer one question. Somebody asked that whether it can be installed on laptop. Yes, it is not. We have PC based license. We are having IBM Lab. So in IBM Lab we have 30 PC. So on those PCs this SPSS is installed there. It is not personal license, it's institutional license. We cannot install it on our PCs. We are having an IBM Lab. In that IBM Lab we are having almost 25 or 30. We have applied for 30. 30 pieces are there on that 30 pieces.
It is installed over there. See, the theoretically it can be installed on a laptop. There is no difference in the desktop or laptop. The idea is there, we avoid actually installing on individual laptops.
So what
Suppose if you, for example, outside the lab, if you install 15 systems on your laptop, and all the 15s have started using, and if you, for that time you have class, for example, of 30 students, you won't be able to use those 15. Only first 15 will be able to log in. Okay, that is the problem. So we avoid that basically. Even in case you require on your laptop, this should be only for temporary use. Maybe during vacation or something like that, where we do not have any classes or something.
even there are some more softwares available with the IBM Lab. So now we are having association along with the IBM almost from last 1 year. So last time I had an association along with the IBM. So we are going to upload all the software on portal. So online access of all the system, all IBM software we can make it out. We are going to make a faculty portal specifically for faculty. So as a faculty login, you can go and check and use software from there. For SPSS, we have limited license, as I told you, that is in library. But today, this is the era of 21st century where we are talking about the R, open source code. And everybody is talking about the open source code. So we are having other cracked version of open source code for the SPSS. That I should not, but replace all S by P and all P by S. You have your own version of SPSS available on your PC. That is open source code, PSP. So whatever it is being there, that is, so if it is not working, you can use PSP. There are so many things which one can explore. Lot of things is available. R is the wonderful tool you can use. R help file and books is available. So I think we are having some sort of limitation. We negotiated along with the SPSS a lot. We discussed, but finally we reached out.
In fact,
even for
I have another suggestion about SPSS and any other proprietary sources that are expensive. I think this is the time now that we should make some revenue out of these resources. If we have some workshops for outsiders, bring in revenue, and that revenue can be put back for buying more licenses. Okay. So for example, if you have iSpace's latest version here, if we have a summer school or something for a week or two, and get some revenue from that, probably we can buy more licenses for ourselves. So that, think about these things, and that there are other useful Stella and all these things are available. So if you can,
even for downloading research paper as well said by Prakash, that we all are having our research guide account. So I used to get almost in a week 2 or 3 requests every time the sir kindly send your research paper. It's nice and it is. I have seen is Elsevier at $32 or $40. So I'm requesting if you can send the corrected version. So we used to send that pre-published version to them. That is available. Even on ResearchGate it is available. So that's the way out which we can read out. If somebody who is working as a reviewer for the journals you are having, when you review for Elsevier or Scopus, they provide 30-day access, advance access to review the paper. So when you review, when I review, I have generally 30 days time to access their Scopus base, database entire, which costs I think more than 70 to 80 lakhs for a library. That is freely available to you as a professor. So as a professor, you just span your wings, you will find out so many things available on there.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir. That's great.
We have now presented